Hello my friends, and welcome back to our Bond Let's Play, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. My name is FlightlessBird, and this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we're gonna try to get closer to freeing Maya. But first, we gotta get through Ms. Andrews. Which may be hard, because we don't have any conclusive evidence that she actually did anything. This whole case has been very annoying and stressful. Hopefully Edgeworth is on our side. He did seem like he had a chance to end the case, but didn't. So hopefully he's turning over a new leaf. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? Well, the court will now reconvene. Now then, Miss Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court, Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Juan Corrida's room. She's still playing with that card. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engard. I see. Well, now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of this, Gossip Land. I mean, this magazine that you speak of. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. Excuse me, I think we did earlier in the last episode. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Oh, the exclamated dots. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well, then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Here we go. When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, this exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Really? I mean, that seems just... Yeah, exactly. He's got the exact same expression I have right now. Like, what? You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly. I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. Well, I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who was easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? When I found the body, I hope she's saying don't press, because I like pressing. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. And what was Mr. Guard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as a nickel samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Engard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me. What are you? Right. I thought you as a school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with the subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ungard's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object. Right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. After that, I went to Juan's room. Oh, oops, my bad. I forgot what I was doing. And why did you do that? As a friendly guester, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Press further. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close on him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. All the dots. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time. I can't get her to talk with a strong piece of evidence. I mean, without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? And there was his dead body. I was in shock. You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Kurita. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. Yeah, but then why'd she pour herself a glass of juice? And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the climb photo. This is a photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in its chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't terribly feeling great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Kurita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? It's so strange, that's what's of it. My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she trying to say just now? Press. I have a feeling I'm falling into a trap. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. Oh, the dots. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually. So would I. I'm sorry. It's just, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower case over. Look at those clothes she's wearing. She is styling. Seriously, they look great. For flower vase, are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? The massive glass shards. It was originally on top of the dresser. But when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you hold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. All the dots. Alright, so I have a question. That's not the question. That's not the question. Here's the question. Alright. Here's my question that I had to ask. Look at this scene. Okay? If what she says is true, there's two things that jump out to me. The first one is she knocked over the flowers, which means if you look at the guitar case, you'll see that it's wet. And the reason it's wet is because the flowers were knocked over. However, she says that she didn't touch anything else at the crime scene, correct? But yet when you look at the guitar case, it says there is some water, but only on top of the lid. Again, look at the crime scene. Look at how the case is positioned. Look at where the flowers is. Look at where the water is. If she didn't touch anything at the scene of the crime, the guitar case would have water inside the case, not on top of the case. I was the one who knocked the flower case over, where it fell onto the guitar case. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take one spots. So I set the glass as holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what you would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction in testimony just now. I warned you earlier that you would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. Got it. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I had to find something. I just have to, for my sake. So the question is, which one do we attack? We could attack this one. Or we could attack this one. I'm thinking we attack this one. Although I'm not really sure what evidence to present. So I think the best evidence to present is the guitar case. Objection! You testified that you knocked the flower vase over, is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? Well, it's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the case fell onto the guitar case. However, If that was true, the case would have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Boom! I nailed that one. I'm so proud of myself right now. Well, that's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. What is that? Well, let's take another look at the crime scene photo. It's open. Yes, it's open. If what she says is true, she knocked over the vase onto the guitar case. But that would mean the guitar case was closed when she did that, because the water's on the top. What does that mean? It means that she opened up the guitar case after the vase was spilled. To do what? Steal the guitar, perhaps? I don't know. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with it? But the guitar case was open when the vase fell. The glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. All that too. Ah, I didn't even think about that one. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Exactly, and then someone opened it afterwards. Is that all? No. Think back to what Miss Andrews just testified to. She said she didn't touch anything. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Exactly. Well, yes, that's right. She did implicitly say that she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. All the questionable dots. That may well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to this guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yes, absolutely. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. Can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Mr. Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I want to be on the offensive and I want to trap her, and this is what you kind of have to do. You have to make her say a lie, because there's no way she could be telling the truth here. The only thing she could say is what? Oh, I didn't realize I opened the case because I was so distraught by the crime. Let's see. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. Yeah, I figured it out. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Yep, that's exactly what I thought she'd say, because she can't say anything else. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a week, man. I'll be quiet. Let me do my job. Cross-examination. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Oh, the dots. Well, you see. Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? Oh, the dots. Oh, will you please answer my question, Dots? She's waiting for someone to tell her she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taken over.
Miss Andrews.
Yes, it was me. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over.
So, you opened the guitar case then?
Yes, maybe.
Oh man, we're not getting anywhere with this woman, Dots. Why did you open the guitar case?
Huh?
Mr. Kurita's dead body was found there in front of you, was it not? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. Objection! As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
But getting back on topic, it's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all.
Was it really empty?
All the questionable thoughts.
I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was, I don't know, still inside? How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials will be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Well, yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I have to press everything.
So I opened the case, even I don't know.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body?
Yes, that's probably it.
All the dots.
Oh, leave me alone, Dots. I was shocked and dazed. What more can I say?
I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but you know.
She's at a weakness now, so this is our chance.
Well, yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. Where's that whip of Aunt Karma's anyway?
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record waiting to be found.
You know, it'd be really nice if you told me what the weapon was. I have no idea. I don't see anything there. The knife. Strangled with a scarf that's stabbed with a knife. Suicide reports. Found and guards a comma. Photo of the scene. I'm not seeing anything. Found next to the victim is filled with tomato juice. Bears Andrew's fingerprints. Empty. There's some water, but only on top of the lid. Bears Kurita's fingerprints. That doesn't help. Superstar and ultra hot mega secret love scandal. Reliable sources say that Juan Kurita has been getting close to the mysterious yet beautiful manager who stars Ms. AA. Camera. The killer. Conference ticket. Nickel Samurai picture. Killed herself 2 years ago. Security. Client. I don't know why she would open the case. Unless there was something in the case that wasn't the guitar. Yeah, maybe there were flowers in the case? I honestly, I don't have a clue right now. Hold on, let me go back. I was a bit dazed. I must have opened it after I knocked the vase over. That would line up with the facts, right? Because the picture, you would have opened it after the vase was knocked over. That's true. Why did you... I pressed the wrong button, I'm sorry. I don't even know what we... I don't even know what the evidence was I just used. Weapon and hiding some on the court record. There's gotta be something to do with the case. No. I was thinking maybe it was the, maybe there was something about the affair. Or right here, maybe it wasn't empty. That was it. Aha, it's not empty. All right, let me go back. The case was empty after all. The case wasn't empty. There was something in the case, and you took it out of the case. There is no way you're the one who opened the guitar case. Or maybe there's something else? No, because... Oh, wait a second. She said she opened the case, but yet if you look at the, this right here, it says it bears Karita's fingerprints, not hers. So she couldn't have opened the case because she's not the one who opened it. Ah, I see. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. It's weird because what I was thinking was totally wrong, but yet I still somehow got the right answer. Why would you say that? Well, it's elementary, my dear my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Exactly. Ah. What is it, Mr. Andrews? Oh, the dots. You shouldn't assume that I must have that fingerprints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course, I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. That wouldn't matter. Why does that not matter? Because of this. Found next to the victim, filled with tomato juice, bears Andrews' fingerprints. So if she was wearing gloves, this would not have fingerprints. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Absolutely. We have this wine glass. I have your proof right here. The wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself the glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange to put it back on? That you put your gloves back on just to reopen the just to open the guitar case? Wow, she broke her glasses and then she put another one on. Wow, she really is prepared. I wish I could replace my glasses that easily. Order, order, I say there will be order in the court. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. All the questionable dots? What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions.
I think what she's saying is he left the guitar at the studio because there was something else in the guitar case that he didn't want anyone to see or know about.
What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, what? No, that's not right either. Phoenix.
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... not this time, Edgeworth. No, Your Honor. Please, recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in the photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, maybe after a couple tries. Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
Well, the bright red guitar was not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that the bright black guitar...
Is it weird that the judge and Phoenix thought the same thing except opposites? Phoenix thought it was a white guitar. The judge thinks it was a black guitar. So good. So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right? I wanted to say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? I have no idea. I have no idea. The scarf? The suicide note? And why would someone like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one?
Why, Mr. Wright, why?
Well, I just thought it might have been possible. I have a suggestion. Why did you put in the void where your brain is supposed to be?
Yes, never bring it out again.
I take it that wasn't it. Can a foolishly foolish fool get someone? Oh my god. I have never been happier to get something wrong. Because we could have missed this dialogue if we had gotten right the first time. And, oh, that is so good. Do you still think you can prove your theory? Yeah, let me see first. Sometimes you just luck into things by accident. Can you prove the guitar case wasn't empty? Alright. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Could it have been a body? No, she died 2 years ago. There's no way it's a body.
Another suit? Perhaps? The nickel samurai costume? So, this person here? This might have been Kurita dressed up as the nickel samurai? How do I prove that?
This is a photograph.
Yes, but what is the point is in the picture, Honor?
In this picture.
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... inside the guitar case was Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume! Yes! I'm on a roll today! Okay, no I'm not. I missed a few, but still, I'm so proud of myself. What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? And I love this music, I really do. I know I've talked about the music a lot, but dang! It's so hard not to. I mean, it's just so good. What insane point would there be to doing something like that? Well, that insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? Oh, the exclamated dots! I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get the shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order! It looks like we wandered into another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. Well, you know my strategy. Think first and... speak first and think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt and guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places.
That's true. There is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case?
Well... It was stolen from a guard. It was a spare costume. This is the most logical thing, right? Hold on, let me look at the picture again. It could have been a spare. I'm thinking of the other guy, the Jammin' Ninja. Because if you look at the Jammin' Ninja's costume, which I don't have a picture of, but the Jammin' Ninja costume, he's got those 4 buttons and one is tore off. So I was thinking if I look at the picture of him leaving the scene, if he had all 4 buttons on, that would mean that it's definitely not the same costume. But in this case, it's the Nickel Samurai here, not the Jammin' Ninja, so that doesn't work. I think it's just a spare. She's a manager. She could get a spare. The Zen guard did not take the costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What? It's the most logical.
Well then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose.
But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spirit costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
All the dots. Oh, and therein lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just,
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spirit costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
alright, this is what I think. I need to see. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim bought the Nickel Samurai spirit costume hotel was... well... Is it this? He wanted to go to the post-ceremony stage and everyone would think he's the Nickel Samurai and he would do something to bring shame upon the Nickel Samurai. Because let's not forget, if we look here, it said he was on bad terms with the guard, but there's nothing about that from Engard to Kurita. So what if Engard was intending to frame? Funny how that word's being used a lot.
What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference, and the Nickel Samurai knew nothing about this. Yes, I think I nailed another one.
Press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Engard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. All the dots.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself.
The victim?
Well, yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for the very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold a press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
He was going to dress up as Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
Well, that's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Kurita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Mr. Engard.
Well, yes, I guess that is what it would mean.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
But Miss Andrews.
I can see why you applause at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say. The press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him. But that was also me.
You?
One had bet everything on the German Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway.
He was, going to ruin him, huh?
It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Wait, what?
And do you know what the secret of Matt's cigars is, Miss Andrews?
All the dots. Well, that's something only one knew. I don't know what it is.
I see.
Oh, the dots.
I probably be coming off quite suspicious to everyone. But that to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt at all.
Protect Mr. Engard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
Protecting Matt.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
No. That's wrong. That's wrong. What she said was wrong. She said, and I quote, the button and the knife. The button was found in Engard's Hakama, which means she wouldn't have discovered the button until after she had gone back to see Engard. So there's no way she could have found the button at the crime scene. I think we may have her.
This does account for everything.
Well, I'm the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit.
Well, the defense can find no fault with Sesame, and I'm ready to make a ruling.
No, I find fault.
Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I had to put my weight into this and turn the logic upside down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and save first because the judge mentioned something that kind of scared me there. Let me save, and that way if we get penalized, we'll just go straight to what I think is wrong.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer.
Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Irk.
If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
3 things?
A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence.
Did she take lessons from Von Karma?
And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix.
They didn't teach that to us in school. Well, at least not from what I remember.
May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan no matter what.
So would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event in that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause most damage to the public's beloved Matt and God.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. Engard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Has Mr. Guard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Out the dots. Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Krita with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out. Out the dots. The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. Can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge's claim straight up Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. Oh yeah, that too. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. The fact that he's also not mentioning the button is telling. Then, what about the button? Never mind. The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the German ninja costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Irk.
Looks like you were out fox again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. All the dots.
All the dots. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With a nicey stare, yes.
Wait, you can read my mind now? Miss Andrews, Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony again.
That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt.
And how do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard.
I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail?
Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you're not.
Wow. Arg, and I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip up on, it has to be here, but where and what?
But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? Well, in the shoulder, or chest. And at the worst possible time.
Huh?
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it?
Well, this witness could have disclosed things about Miss Ungard at any time.
Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so?
Is it the same reason why Mr. Krita planned such an elaborate conference?
Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Ungard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please stop slandering the witness. Say that 10 times fast. Phoenix Wright Philosophical Power Hour.
All the dots. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Oh wait, that was Phoenix the first time, sorry. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I'll press a little more.
You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk.
Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. So what I'm thinking is the button. That's immediately what I thought of the first time. I went too far. See, that line of dialogue is gone now, though. So do I press this line of dialogue instead? Your Honor, that statement contradicts his evidence. No? Huh. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your Sorbies Game channel, and this is our blind Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, the second Phoenix Wright game in the Ace Attorney trilogy. I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything, and please do not give me any clues about what I'm missing right now, because I haven't had enough time to actually go through this, and if you give me a clue, I don't really want a clue right now. I want to spend about 10 to 15 minutes getting totally stuck before I look up a clue. So, yeah, till next time, so long, and take care.
Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter, you are brilliant, and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.